What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of El Jardín Perdido. Today, we're doing bee maintenance. All right, so we're in mid-March and I haven't even peeked at my bees that I caught last year. I hadn't done a lot of maintenance. I was kind of letting the colony do its thing, thrive. They're looking really well. It hasn't been that hot, so I haven't seen them bearding or anything, but I do know in the past that I lost a hive because half of them split off, did their own thing. The other half got kind of weakened, got taken advantage of by robber bees. So yeah, I want to peek inside, prevent some of that stuff. Now that we're in spring, I can probably snag a little honey, so that'll be an added bonus. But basically, yeah, we're gonna go through each one of the frames, see if there's brood, see what's going on, check out the population, and I can add a super if need be, if it looks a little crowded. I haven't seen from outside any indications of overcrowding, but I do want to make sure that they're comfortable and that they have enough room to colonize. I'll also keep my eyes out for queen cells because that can be an indicator that the hive may be ready to split. I don't know if I'm gonna do it this year. It'd be the time to do it now if I did see queen cells, but I could split the hive myself, but I don't have the proper equipment to do so. But that is something I'd like to do in the future. But all right, I'm gonna bring you guys in. We're gonna check out what we've got going. All right guys, so great weather for the camera, not such great weather for beekeeping. Looks like we may be expecting rain. We've had some thunderstorms the past few days, but we're just gonna go with it. I do have some protection for them just from the weather that I'm gonna remove. In doing so, I see some sugar ants hanging out. But we're gonna crack this open, see what we're working with. I'm sure there's plenty of propolis, so we're just gonna kind of crack things open here. And that came off relatively easy. Got a couple of bees hanging out. A couple of beetles here. So right now I'm just removing the top piece here so I can inspect further. Trying to be nice and gentle for everybody. Moving my way along, trying to stay out of the flight path. And I can already see that they're making honey where they shouldn't. A couple of bees are bothered by me. I may have a little smoke. Thought I had this going, but may need to rev it back up. But I'd say they're relatively calm. We've got a few coming at me just a little bit. Quails seem to be a little antsy too. Get some smoke going. Calm everybody down a little bit. I don't use a lot of smoke, but just enough to make them a little bit docile. Take a little look-see here. I did see that there is honey being made on top of this, so let's shake these guys off. They're getting a little bit chaotic. Usually when it's a little sunnier out, they're preoccupied with doing what they're doing. So right now they're kind of not necessarily closing in for the night, but they're a little more homebound now. So this seems a bit more intrusive when it's not really sunny out. Right now I'm just seeing what they're up to here. It looks like we've got some hatching up here, so they may have been some brood. But yeah, that's something I'd like to scrape off. So I am going to be taking a little bit of honey depending on what kind of reserves they have. So right now I'm just scraping off some of this comb because that's just kind of messy. And we really don't want to disturb any of the bees too much that are here because that's going to piss the other ones off. So right now I'm just kind of cleaning up the mess that they're making. Yeah, they're getting a little out of bounds, which is an indicator that they may need a little more space, especially if they're building on top here. I'm mainly doing this for my daughter because she wants the full-on like honeycomb experience. So right now they're pretty stirred up, running low on smoke, but there may be a scent here for them. And I'm just kind of being gently observing, relaxing, trying to have them feed off that energy. Of course, they're going to be curious about me. I'm going to get a little more smoke going just to have it in the vicinity at least. What I'm wondering right now is if I invited the robber bees in, because this is a lot of activity, and I'm starting to think that me opening it up, there were some robber bees the other day, and because they were very docile, and I feel like I may have invited some, so I may be buttoning this up, maybe just grabbing a little bit of the honey and doing this at another time. Because yeah, some of these are a little more aggressive. That's indicating robber bees. So yeah, we're gonna button that up nice and gently. And while I'm here, what I might do is add my super. So we're gonna put that down. Gently. So yeah, we're gonna button this up. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting bumped a little bit. Make sure this is on tight. Maybe use my tool here. Yeah, these are robbers flying in. So let's button this up. They obviously needed a little bit more space. Making sure I'm not squishing anyone. My main concern is this back piece. Trying to get this all tightened up, because if there are robbers, yeah. All right, now we're gonna put the top on. Got some comb here. These guys will be all right. Nice and slow so I don't squish anybody. Button that up. And what I really need to do is close this entrance up, because the bees who belong here know their way in, but the robbers, they don't. So we're gonna button up what we can. So we're gonna reduce the entrance. I need to find something better than this to close up the entrance. All right guys, so we've reduced the entrance and activity is a lot less chaotic now. These are my bees and they're guarding themselves from the scavengers, from the robber bees. So I'm still getting bumped a lot. But my bees wouldn't be the ones bumping me. You guys saw when I first cracked this open, they were very docile, they were very easy. But I did add that second super, and so at least the bees have additional places to make honey and they're not going to run off. So I plan on doing an update a little later. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled to see the activity, to observe. I'm doing this 2 days after witnessing robber bees. So while some bees did their job, they made honey for the winter, other bees out there are starving and looking for reserves, even though it's warmed up now. All right guys, so as you can see, bee maintenance can always be a surprise, especially if you haven't been checking periodically. In the past, I probably would have panicked a little more. I was careful in keeping my distance and incrementally kind of testing waters. But yeah, my bees, they don't do that. You saw my bees, they're cool, they know me, they're docile, but those robbers, they were pissed off. So from here, what I plan to do is kind of let things settle. I'm going to keep the entrance really small for a little bit. When the coast is clear, I'll put it back to how it was, and I'll observe, and I'll see if anyone who shouldn't be there is coming around. Maybe, ideally it'd be a great time to harvest honey now, but that may have to wait, but at least they have additional room to do that. But, it's good to harvest now because, of course, they have honey stores through the winter. Now they're fine, they can forage, and I can take some honey. But these robbers, yeah, they're making that a mess right now. One thing we'll have to do is keep that in check. Another thing I can do, now that I know that there's scouts and robbers, is to maybe try to catch the other swarm. If they had their own place, they'd be a lot less aggressive as time went on. Oh yeah, I don't know if you caught it on film, but I did get some free Botox. I have a few of the bees still lingering around, pissed off at me. But yeah, I did get one shot to the lip there. It just comes along with beekeeping. And of course, I'm not wearing any equipment, so there you go. All right, well, I was doing a maintenance and harvest video, but we did have to cut things short. But hopefully I can do an update pretty soon and do a legitimate check and see how things are going. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. As always, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.